you mentioned that there's no one from Ford Nation around Doug Ford. Now, Michael Diamond, who was Director of Operations for Rob Ford, is with Doug Ford. But other than that, you're right. And one of the things, and this is what worries me, and I don't want to put too much credence into it. Right now, I would call it a hypothesis. I'm not even going to call it a theory. It's just a hypothesis, maybe a speculation. When Doug Ford trounced all the establishment candidates with the help of Tanya Granick-Allen, in the interest of healing and unifying the party, Doug Ford hired his enemy's staff. He hired the communications director from Caroline Mulroney.
Yeah.
He hired other staff who were loyal to the Doug Ford haters, people who were publicly mocking Doug Ford, calling him a drug dealer, etc. Now, these are amongst the decision makers against Tanya Granick-Allen. For example, Ian Todd. I remember Ian from years ago when I worked with him with Preston Manning and Stockwell Day. He helped lead the rebellion against Stockwell Day. Mm. Is he a loyal Doug Ford man? How about Melissa Lantsman, old friend of mine from Parliament Hill? She was for Caroline Mulroney. Are these people making the decision based on Doug Ford and Ford Nation, or are they making a Caroline Mulroney-style decision? And frankly, do they really want Doug Ford to succeed? Or do they want maybe Caroline Mulroney to have a crack at things again in 4 years?
Well, Ezra, once again, you're looking at the big picture, and I think you're onto something. I think this might, critics of mine might say, "Oh, you're venturing into conspiracyville with this," but with all those people, and clearly Ford Nation, they reject. Doug Ford, come on, that's not their guy. They're Christine Elliott people. They're, Princess Caroline people. We've already seen one palace coup going back to late January with Patrick Brown. Who's to say we won't see another one? And in fact, if I might double down on the conspiracy, why not use Doug Ford as a convenient pawn right now? Have Ford Nation propel him into the premiership, and then once he gets there, then come up with some kind of cockamamie reason to do another palace coup. I know this is Ontario politics in 2018, Ezra. I think anything can happen.
Yeah. You know what? You're speculating. I'm speculating. We don't know, but it is not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy fact that people who 2 months ago or a month ago were doing their very best and were paid large sums of money to defeat Doug Ford are now Doug Ford's advisors. And the person who actually helped Doug Ford become leader was just thrown out the window on a pretty meager excuse. That's an excerpt from my daily TV show, The Ezra Levant Show. Normally it's behind a paywall, but I thought you'd like this video, so we put it on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to watch The Daily Show every day, including always 2 interviews a day, and I read my hate mail, just click on this screen and become a premium member.